Well, it is a suit that we're filing in the federal court on behalf of the Muscogee Creek Nation, dealing with the failure of the defendants that are named in the case, the manufacturers, distributors, and pharmacies who deal with opioids. It's a suit that is filed against them for their failure to prevent the illicit flow of opioids into the Muscogee Creek Nation. And so that's really at the heart of the matter. Opioid, the illicit use of opioids is an epidemic that's taking place within Oklahoma, within Muscogee Creek Nation as well. Very serious problem. That's why it's considered an epidemic, a crisis. And due to its effects on the nation, very negative effects on our people, we have taken the step of filing this case against the defendants in order to not only correct the situation, but also to deal with damages that the nation has suffered due to the illicit flow of opioids within the Muscogee Creek Nation. The opioids are available, and their original intent of them is to fight chronic pain. But the problem that has arisen is that there are very adverse side effects from taking opioids. They become addictive, and they can become so addictive that they can lead to one's death even. Lots of cases of that occurring in individuals, and so when they're prescribed over and over again, for maybe even in situations when they're not needed, or being used illicitly, they can lead to some very adverse effects, as I stated. And so, you have people out there with chronic pain who are taking them and don't realize how they can become addictive and how it can just completely ruin a life, end up taking a life, affect families, affect not only families, but affect the nation. The nation's been having to address this issue, this crisis within the Muscogee Creek Nation, within our health system. And for every dollar we spend to try to deal with those health issues, those are dollars that are taken away from other health matters, economic development, public safety, law enforcement. It's just been a very, not only a horrible situation because people are dying from it, but also a very expensive problem that the nation has had to deal with as well. And so I don't think that the issue is it's dealing with our people, because our people have pain, is chronic pain, and have to deal with it. But the problem again is that there are misstatements out there that this drug is not addictive, and the adverse effects that it can have on people, and that's where it's created a problem within the nation and within other nations as well. I think probably it is twofold. It is to stop the illicit flow of opioids within the nation. There are guidelines in place, federal guidelines for distributors, or for manufacturers, distributors, and pharmacies, very specific guidelines they are to take in order to prevent this type of problem from occurring, and that is not happening. And so I think, one, we want to see that change. We want that corrected. So that should help the problem cease. And then I think the other outcome is, as I stated earlier, there have been a great amount of damages that the nation has suffered because of the opioid crisis, and so we are seeking in the complaint damages related to that. And so there is a monetary aspect to this as well that we are seeking in order to assist the nation with all of the issues we've had to address dealing with the illicit flow of opioids within Muscogee Creek Nation. Well, we filed our complaint, and the defendants that are named in the case, they'll have an opportunity, of course, to respond, and then it would more than likely ultimately lead to a trial. And so that's somewhere down the line, but the defendants will have an opportunity to respond to our complaint, and then it will go through a process, and there's the option of it settling, or there's the option of going to litigation or into court and having it addressed and resolved by a court.